A busy week on Capitol Hill as Democrats push impeachment hearing after impeachment hearing. Speaker Nancy Pelosi opened this can of worms, but has not gone as far as putting the full House through an official vote on impeaching the president. So joining me now is Deanna Lorraine, the Republican candidate for the 12th district, of course, Nancy Pelosi's district in California. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, Deanna, even without this impeachment vote happening on the House floor, Republicans are still trying to find their footing in all of this. They're trying to find this due process footing that they're trying to push during this investigation. They say that Speaker Pelosi and Adam Schiff are taking part in a coup. They say it's unconstitutional. They say that Nancy Pelosi has gone rogue. It's an important seat for Republicans, the 12th seat in California. Why are you the person to push her out of office?
I'm the person to push her out of office because we need someone who's going to be a fighter in Congress. Right now, more than ever, we need someone who's going to defend our president, defend the America First agenda that millions of Americans voted for, that we are not fully getting right now. We need someone who's going to be a champion of American values, and that person is me. And someone who's not going to turn our country into a socialist country. Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party, they are wanting to turn our country into a socialist country, and we will never be a socialist country. What she wants to do is turn our country into an open borders country so that they can have unlimited power for the next foreseeable future, for the next couple decades to come. We cannot have that, and the Republicans in office right now, most of them are not strong enough, they are not tough enough, they're not fighting back. I'm that fighter. I'm a champion of American and conservative values, and we need someone like me in office. I'm just the woman to do it.
Well, a Louisiana Republican, a congressman, introduced a resolution last week to essentially expel Speaker Pelosi. He said that she has disgraced the people's house and weaponized the speaker's gavel. Those are strong words. So it's not expected to be picked up by obviously the Democrat-controlled House. Right. But where do you feel Nancy Pelosi is most vulnerable in this process, in her re-election efforts? Where is she the most vulnerable?
Well, first of all, I mean, it's no surprise she's getting pretty old. She's getting pretty senile, and not that being old or senile typically carries much weight in the current do-nothing Congress, but she's getting pretty up there, and she's not even very coherent right now. So I think that a lot of people are seeing her age, and they're seeing that she's not even really making very good arguments. Also, she's coming across as someone who's very hypocritical. I want to expose her hypocrisies and what she's been doing, the damage that she's been doing to not only her district, but the rest of America. I think a lot of people are starting to see that impeaching the president and focusing on impeaching efforts, there's just a waste of time. You know, that is just basically the Russia collusion 2.0. We're not getting anywhere. She's already dividing an already divided country even further. And this is not the way to make America greater. This is not the way to make America more prosperous again. There's also issues like the homeless crisis right there in her district, in the 12th district, San Francisco, that has been escalating under her watch. So how can the people of California, of San Francisco, or America really think that she's going to be a great leader when she can't even look at and pay attention to and fix her own problems in her own district? So I think those kinds of things are the things that I'm going to be championing, and we need to really expose.
And I want to circle back to this 12th district specifically and the issues there in just a moment. But as you watch all of this from California, what's happening in Washington, D.C., how do you capitalize on this? What do you do to capitalize on what the Nancy Pelosi's and the Adam Schiffs are doing over there as a candidate looking to take them on? What are you doing?
Well, we need to talk about it. First of all, a lot of people are not raising enough noise about it. We need to make as much noise as possible to talk about and expose their hypocrisies, the dangers that they present to America. I mean, the fact that they're operating like this is a coup to eject the president of the United States that over 60 million Americans voted for. We voted for his agenda. That agenda is being hijacked by someone who is a total traitor, who has proved herself to be a traitor of America, which is Nancy Pelosi. She is creating a situation where we can't even have a vote anymore, where our vote doesn't even seem to matter, where the things that we want in America that Americans are truly concerned about is not even something that she's concerned about. She's also wanting to open the gateway to socialism and to millions of unvetted illegal aliens that we don't want in America, that are actually damaging our country. So we need to talk about it. We need to make a lot of noise. We need to create a lot of videos. We need to do things like clean up the homelessness in San Francisco, clean up the garbage on the streets, the feces on the streets, which is something I did last week with a cleanup day in San Francisco, where a bunch of us went and cleaned up the actual trash and showed the people of America that she's not doing this job. She's not donning a hazmat suit or gloves or brooms or cleaning up her own trash. We are the ones that are going to have to do it for them.
All right, so the people of the 12th District, of course, San Francisco, are watching all of this take place. What are they talking about right now? Is it impeaching the president? Is it the homelessness crisis? Is it the drugs? Is it the city itself? You've mentioned a few things. What are they talking
so you know
about?
what the funny thing is, and I just last week I went on a big spree and I interviewed so many people in San Francisco, people that vote, people that live in San Francisco, and they said that the things that are most upsetting them are the homelessness, which has risen 17% since 2017, despite pouring millions of dollars into it. The homelessness, the drugs on the streets, the garbage and the feces on the streets, and the crime. Those are the things that bother them the most. However, when I say, how do you feel that Nancy Pelosi herself is dealing with this and is leading this, they don't feel like that they connect the dots with her to her leadership in our own district, which is insane. They see her as more of the leader on a national level. So as much as they hate the problems there in the 12th district, they hate Trump more. And they love the fact that she's leading this impeachment hearing. They love the fact that she's a fighter and she wants to impeach Trump. And so that actually drives them to love Nancy Pelosi, the majority of the Democrats in San Francisco, which to me is just an outrage. They love the fact that she wants to impeach President Trump. They love the fact that she hates Trump more than dealing with the problems in her own district. What's going on?
All right, well, that's a lot for you to deal with as a candidate, of course, and we want to put your website up, but I want to get your thoughts on what Nancy Pelosi recently said. And I want you to listen to this. She said, what works in Michigan, such as economic security for America's working families, that works in San Francisco as well. What works in San Francisco might not work in Michigan. So let's go with the Michigan plan, because that's where we have to win the Electoral College. What does that tell you in terms of where her mind is?
Well, it tells me that she doesn't really have any basis on how the rest of America works. You know, we need something that's going to work for all of America. And, you know, like she wants to have socialism basically take over America. She wants to lead the rest of America like she leads places like Detroit or San Francisco or LA. And we can see how much there's crime ridding the streets of that, how much there's homelessness, how the streets are so unsafe. But yet there's very high pricing in apartments and condos and houses. That doesn't work for the rest of America. We need something that's actually going to work for real Americans. We need Americans to feel safe in their own backyard. We need to be able to have them have affordable housing. So it just speaks to the hypocrisy of her and the fact that she's out of touch with the real problems that Americans are facing.
Well, finally, I would tell our viewers, we've got your website up there. Tell our viewers how you're drawing up support.
I'm drawing up support, first of all, nationally. I mean, this is a political Goliath. Nancy Pelosi has been in office since I was a toddler, so I'm going to need a lot of support nationally, also with fundraising. Please go to my website at deannaforcongress.com. That's deannaforcongress.com. Donate. I need all the help and the prayers that I can get. But more importantly, I need help also in my district, because I need those people to see the damage that Nancy Pelosi and her leadership specifically is causing San Francisco and the rest of the country. She wants to turn the rest of the country into San Francisco, and we as patriots cannot allow that. We need to fight for the America that we know and that we love. And this cultural decay that she has led San Francisco down is the biggest reason that I am fighting and bringing these solutions right to her front door. Nancy Pelosi is the embodiment of that cultural decay, and the fact that she wants to turn the rest of the country into that is something that we just can't stand. I want to fight for America's soul. I want to fight for America's family, and that's why I'm bringing the fight right to Nancy's front door. And I hope that you can follow me and support me.
All right. Deanna Lorraine, Republican candidate in the 12th Congressional District in California, taking on Nancy Pelosi. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate it.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.